Nothing personal, kid.
Hello everyone, Hedgy back with another VOD review, draft review slash video. Going to be my first actual VOD review. We're going to speed run review the actual game itself. But for the draft, we'll be doing that as well. And I'm very pleased to be talking about this game. Also, just quickly check last video for my updates on the actual scheduling on what I'm going to be doing with my draft reviews and videos on Joseph's channel. There'll also be a post on Facebook about what I'm going to be doing. So yeah, but onto the drafts. C9 likes to ban Cloud9. Oh, likes to ban Cloud9. Likes to ban Callisto, Yuumi, and Tahm Kench, while Golden Guardians likes to ban Senna and Kiana. So I'm not really sure about the priority on banning Senna. It's just a really weird ban. I don't really understand. Every team seems to be just banning her first, which is like really questionable. But anyway, Golden Guardians are going to elect to ban it because when you're banning on blue side on red side, you want to ban champions that are first pickable. So currently, the three champions I'd be going with every single game would be Ornn, which is banned here. I'd be going Sets and Aphelios because Aphelios shouldn't be let on the rift. He's completely broken. I know Golden Guardians does pick him this game and does seemingly very bad with him. Spoiler alert, but still a champion. I'm not letting on. I'm not letting on to the Rift. If I'm Golden Guardians, but they leave Aphelios and Setup, which is okay, I guess. But leaving two power picks up, but that does suit Golden Guardians better, um, I guess. But Cloud9 should have picked the better power pick in Aphelios. So Golden Guardians bans aren't too bad here. I don't hate them as they allow them to trade power pick for power pick, but still not really sure about the center. I think there's better bans you could do. Syndra is one. Pantheon, Gragas, Karma are all bans you could use. Tahm Kench, just don't like that ban. I talked about that a lot. Callista's a weird one because I guess you can pair it with like Thresh or something here, but it's still pretty weird ban. I don't think it's something you need to do. I don't think she's that broken at all to be banning here. But like MF would be a better ban here. Like why is an MF being banned or something like that? It's kind of a weird ban. And then Yuumi's fine, as I believe Yuumi is extremely strong right now, and that has been shown in a lot of the games she's been in. So Cloud9 ban the Callisto, Yuumi, and Tahm, Senna, Ornn, and Kiana on the other side. So decent bans. I'm not too worried, but I just don't love some of them. I think they're a bit questionable. I think there are better champions available. So first rotation of picks. That is the Aphelios that gets locked in. So Set is taken by C now. Now Set is okay as you can flex it support. You can flex it jungle. You can flex it mid technically. Not a very strong jungle pick, but I think particularly mid support and top is the three lanes you can pick it in, and it's paired well with Callista. So that I think what C9 are trying to do here is they're banning the Callista and they're taking the Set as well. So you could actually leave Callista up and then Set can't be picked with the Callista, which is quite strong right now. But they're still electing to ban it. I guess they think Braum or Thresh, some of the champions that can be good with it, still up. But they take the Set. Can be flexed still. So they're keeping their options open, which I really like, and I think they've narrowed in a lot in the last few weeks. So I'm really happy to see opening up a bit, even though they leave the Aphelios up, which is taken by Golden Guardians now. Um, that's fine, but what is this? Aatrox first rotation into the Set. Is that your counter for Set? All right. I guess it's okay, but you are buying into a losing matchup here. As Aatrox is okay into Set. It's not a terrible matchup. You can silane against him. You can do okay, but I still think Set is a lot stronger of a champion. So you really need to develop a counter for Set here. Aatrox is probably not your best pick into it, but is something, I guess. And even rather Mordekaiser, right? I think Mordekaiser would be better here. I think he's a decent in the 1v1, but I guess it does kind of do a similar thing. So don't love the Aatrox here. I don't think it's a great pick, but at least it does okay and can potentially open up into the set, so it's not a terrible pick. But you do need kind of an early game jungler to get that rolling because set is quite good, just in general, and such just a better pick here. But then Aphelios, so they are getting the better of the AD carriers. Now, this is where C9's draft gets a lot better and a lot better of what I've seen in previous weeks, and I'm really happy to see them do this sort of thing. So they pick Pantheon and Syndra Instalock as well, which I love the confidence, right? But Pantheon can be flexed now. So Pantheon can go jungle, he can go mid, he can go top, potentially support even with Delia. So which they do pick later in the draft, which I just love the matchups here. So set then can be flexed. Top. I'm just gonna write the letter. Jungle. Just mid and support. Then Pantheon can be flexed. Top. Jungle. Mid. And support. Then Syndra can be flexed. Mid. And AD. So suddenly, Cloud9 open themselves up for so many options. They can put the set top lane, they can put the Pantheon top lane, they can put the Syndra bot, mid or bot, they can put Pantheon in jungle, they can put Pantheon in mid lane. They can put a lot of different options here, and you've already developed a good matchup for Set. So Set's probably going to go top, but you still keep your options open till later in the draft, and you give yourself options of what to pick. So I absolutely love what C9's doing here. They've picked two very flexible champions, and they've opened up their draft for the later stages. And yes, I don't, not exactly hate, but I don't particularly like aggressive champions as much as I like their scaling champions. But at least if C9 are going to play this aggressive strategy, which they have done for a number of years, right? They love winning lane and getting ahead. If they're going to do that, at least do it in this way, where you're opening up different matchups for yourself. You're picking different champions, you're flexing them around, and you're giving your opponents very little options and very little counterability, I guess, because they can just be flexed around all these different positions. And as Golden Guardians, then you try to flex champions around yourself and mix and match to get advantageous lane states. But yeah, I mean, Golden Guardians aren't particularly the best team when it comes to drafting, and they're not going to have the capacity to do that. So um, obviously, C9 just kind of stumped them here. The Nautilus comes in here, which is fine. I'd rather another pick, but I mean, Nautilus has been picked so frequently by a lot of teams that he's just going to be picked here and again. Time is gone, so Morgana is a potential ban here. You don't expect that C9 have picked their support yet, so I think Morgana is decent into it. And the main pick that is up that C9 could pick. So Gragas is banned, which is good. Because you don't know where these champions are going, and that even mixes up the bans for Golden Guardians, because where the hell do you ban right now? Probably support is the main option, maybe AD carry, yeah, MF's probably a strong pickup right now, but they're just banning strong picks, right? And it's leaving so many options up for C9, and this is why you do this flexible drafting, because suddenly their bans, they don't know what to ban, um, and it just gives you so many different options up if you have these larger champions, if you have these, the ability to flex so many champions. So, Golden Guardians are going to take the infamous blind pickable Zoe, which I just don't really particularly like still, but they are going to pick it. Decent engage, pick potential, a lot of damage. If you can go something like this though, why not go Ari here? Is my question. Ari's just going to do a better job of what you're trying to do with this team fighty scaly comp, right? But I can always pick the Zoe up. Even Cassie or something of that nature would be okay here. But not going to do that. I'm going to pick up the Zoe now. Again, love what Cloud9's doing. I don't even know where these champions are going, and they've picked all five, right? Talia can go mid. She can go jungle. She can go AD. Where are they going? Alright, and then Pyke isn't the possible best option here. So, a champion you could pick to add even more flexibility would be Karma. I think it would be okay. But what Pike's doing here is he's giving you more pick potential with the Pike, with the Talia, sorry, the Syndra and the Pantheon. We have so much point and click CC and so much ability to get ahead and get aggressive, which I love. On C9 as a roster, they do it so well, particularly in the NRCS. I think this is a composition that you can go with and you can work out well. So, bit of limit testing, but I love the way they've drafted here. They've picked aggressive champions that can flex around, that can roam hard, particularly with Pantheon's R, Talia's R as well. Just everything that Pike does, right, is fast. So the fast-paced draft, mobile draft, and it's just Golden Guardians as a composition and as a team aren't going to be able to keep up with the pace that C9 have set with this draft. Um, and they execute it so well in the Rift, and we'll see some of the plays they make. It is so well done. But yeah, I really like this composition from C9. It's fast, it's got engage, it's got disengage, but it's all about attacking. It's all about aggressiveness, and I just love this draft. It's so flexible as well. You can flex all the different champions around. You can do so many different things, and I really appreciate that Reapid is thinking about those flex picks and moving them around and making this draft so just deadly overall. Really good draft by Cloud9. It's easily the best one I've seen all split for C9's. One, their playstyle, and two, just overall with all these flex picks. So we do see these two switched around. So it is a Syndra bot and it's late mid, which I think makes the most sense in the situation. You allow Pantheon and Talia to roam around and do whatever they need to do. So Sejuani adds to the team fighting and late game potential of Golden Guardians. That's what they're aiming for here. They have engaged, they have a bit of disengage, and just overall team fighting late game, hoping to get past C9's early game composition. But C9 have given themselves options here, and they've given themselves a lot more flexibility and a lot more uh, options, I guess, in the early game, and just every lane you're able to get ahead. And they actually talked about this, something that actually useful that they talked about on the cast launch is like, where does Pantheon go? Like, he can go anywhere and get any lane ahead, which is something you really want on these aggressive comps. Just going to skip into the game. So we're going to start the speed VOD review portion of this video. I just skipped all the way to... God damn it. Alright. Fix this up. We'll get the playback speed on. Pretty sure these are not... Is there a 4 plus? We're just going to go at 2 times speed, alright? Alright. So, C9 with a very early game orientated composition, but a composition that has options, that's fast paced, that's going to punish the mistakes of Golden Guardians. I'm actually going to go to the level 1 here because it is a bit of an interesting level 1 that C9 does pull off. Okay, so they actually skipped to this part. Sorry, can't see the little invade they do. But by Izzo, able to secure the blue buff, and then we have the Sejuani starting on the red. So, Sejuani does have some different options here. So, the problem with this invade is it's very hard for Sejuani to access the blue side jungle. The set can just come down, and Aatrox can't really attack it, and then Pantheon can go from red, so you can actually come up and meet the Sejuani on here. So, it is kind of hard for her to invade this, but I think she might be able to. Pantheon is quite a he has not a great clear, right? So he wants to be fighting, and this champion suits Blabber a lot, as I've talked about Blabber's small champion pool in a lot of Facebook rants. It's kind of very narrow, but he's picked Pantheon here, which I like. It's adding to his champ a bit. He's able to go with his red and then Krugs for a full clear, or go up to his blue side and protect this, and then he can 3-buff the Sejuani with this invade. So a lot of options for Pantheon here. Opening off this, he can also obviously gank mid, but from there as well. So a lot of options for Panth early. Meanwhile, Sejuani here to here, it's hard to enter your blue side. It's kind of hard to enter here. So Pantheon's really just establish a nice lead with this blue. Able to establish early pressure, which C9 do so well. They have set up a lot of invades in their games as well. Particularly have decent jungle knowledge. I am a jungle main, so know a lot about the paths and stuff that these champions can do. You missing the hook here? All right. Actually drawing arrows on the screen as well, so let's steal my thunder a bit. Pantheon able to go into his red, into his raptors, and go. Actually, take the wolves, and then go all the way to the scuttle crab where he knows Sejuani might be, so he's trying to contest her on this and take away the option of that scuttle crab, and then he's going to take the double scuttle. So taking both scuttle crabs from Sejuani, getting a bit of an experience lead on her Sejuani. Then recalls, all the lanes were getting pushed in for C9, so it's kind of hard for Pantheon to get any early ganks off. Aatrox is quite pushed up here, as you see. Now, as Aatrox, right now, you need to think about where is Pantheon. So, you have no ward here, you have no ward here. Pantheon could definitely be coming up. And as you just know, known from the communication of your teammates that this Scuttle Crab has been taken, and Pantheon has walked to the mid lane. I'm not sure if Zoe did see him, but has walked all the way here. He's taken this Scuttle, right, and Sejuani knows that. He's then able to access the double Scuttle over here. So, you know that he could definitely, if you look at the time and the amount of camps that Pantheon's taken, that he could be up here right now. So Haunter is playing way too up in the lane. He's right here when he should be about back here. His minion wave, you see, is here. And he's kind of thinking he has to push this wave in, because if he doesn't, then it's going to hit here and it's going to freeze the wave, and then Aatrox is kind of stuffed right in his TP in, and Pantheon can still come up. So very aggressive positioning still by the Aatrox. He needs to be about here, so he's able to dash away or flash away if the Pantheon comes. Instead he's up here, he's trying to fight the set, he's trying to attack him, he's already shoved the wave in, Set's going to pull it here and try to freeze, but just really weird for him to be up this far in the lane. He's already kind of lost the push, so very dangerous for him to be up here, and it's going to lead to a easy gank kill for Blubber, as you see. Blubber comes up, flash on flash, and they're able to pick up the kill, and you see this wave was slow pushing, so you don't have to be up there in the lane. It's kind of a weird positioning from Aatrox. Now you force out his TP, and now he has a massive disadvantage in the top lane. Sejuani coming in for this gank. Does have to flash there, as the W would have came through, E would have hit. A lot of damage would have came through on the Sejuani Aatrox, and they would have been able to pick up a trick kill. C9 already developing a 700 gold lead with that. So why is he so far up here? Like, you see, he shoves in the wave. And he's actually already shoved it in. If we go back to the replay, sorry, just quickly. You see, he's trying to shove the wave in, trying to get this push going. Replay should come up right now, sorry. Okay, he's actually pushed in. Oh, yeah, here we go. Okay, so Pantheon's here. Again, Pantheon could be potentially here or here right now, but if he was a tiny bit quicker. But he's going to use his abilities to clear the wave, right? I accidentally pressed the time. We're almost there now. Alright, I'm sorry about that delay, guys. Completely my fault. I accidentally pressed the timer. Alright, so he used the wave here. Look at his positioning here. I mean, Licorice's got such good positioning. And Pantheon's just able to get the easy gank off. Don't really know why Aatrox is this far up. It's kind of just really weird positioning. He needs to play better than this. I mean, he's so far up. And he's still auto-attacking. He's still fighting. When Pantheon could be there. So, just bad lane management and positioning by the Aatrox, and it's going to lead to his death there. Golden Gully getting very low, forcing his flash in a trade with Niski. Pantheon Pike, all here, all roaming, all being quick and efficient, and that's what this comp is so good at. You see Pike and Pantheon able to roam up, able to try to make a play. Golden Glue should just back here. Is going to lose a wave, but you know you're going to lose the wave, you know you're going to lose the plate. Instead, Greedley stays, Blabber and Vulcan make their way around, no vision from Golden Guardians, and able to pick up an easy kill. So, although it is well played by C9, it's kind of a bit greedy, and overall I just think Golden Glue should have just backed, got away, and not been there at all. And sort of play that a lot of teams make against C9, they make silly mistakes like that, and it leads to teams being able to get punished really heavily by C9 because they just make over-aggressive, silly stays like that. Now, I don't know what this death is from Licorice. He just steals the red buff, but very greedy. And again, C9 do make a lot of these greedy plays, but they're going to work out sometimes because of the way Golden Guardians make these silly mistakes sometimes. Flubber's able to hand off the blue to Niski as Sejuani's topside, and then able to take the Drake as Sejuani's still topside. I'm not able to contest this Drake as all they have prior in both mid and bot, and have established that with an extra kill on mid lane, so a massive advantage developing for C9 in this bot side of the map. And Licorice does give up a bit of a silly kill here, but still maintaining a even CS count with the Aatrox, not falling behind. He's going to be able to lay down some really heavy aggression and ultis in those team fights. Niski, still having the push in the prior mid, is able to just roam up to this Rift Herald and take it. See how Blabber is able to keep the pressure and keep the priority up. So closer, when he sees get the pen out for this, we see Blubber on the Rift Herald. He immediately goes bot lane. He can't take the Drake because it's gone. He can't gank mid lane because mid lane is not buddy there. Niski then from the Rift Herald is able to shove in this wave. He's able to roam down. Now he has his ults here, and Blubber's able to run straight from the Rift Herald and able to walk down here with his ult. And this is where the game pretty much ends. So Closer is trying to dive onto certain Vulcans because the only play he can make. He can't go top lane. He can't go Rift Herald to contest this. His lanes are being pushed in and shoved out. The only way he can gank is go bot lane and try to complete a dive. But this dive isn't going to work because you don't have enough damage and you don't have enough CC. Or you have enough CC, but you're not going to be able to get onto Vulcan and Sven. They've got too much HP. They've got too much peel. So this play doesn't work out. And now they've overextended, and with the Pantheon and Taliyah ults, they're so good at punishing players. Pantheon's going to be able to walk, he's going to be able to ult cut them off, they're all going to die, and then you're going to place the Rift Herald bot, take the turret, and then the game ends, because you've got such massive advantages on all four champions already, and then you've got just a massive snowballing advantage. You're going to be able to take this Drake, you're going to be able to get Soul. And they're just going to end the game, and the play would be for Closer would be to take the safer play and the better play than going for this aggressive gank bot, be to take the Scuttle Crab, be to take these 3 camps and punish him for being topside when the Drake's not up, and then you at least get 12 XP or CS, you get 3 camps, you get experience, you also get the Scuttle Crab, so you're actually getting 4 up camps, and then you have a decent evenness with the Pantheon, or even a lead in terms of XP on him instead of going for an aggressive dive. And then you could go on to your Grump and recall. Now in trade, Pantheon's going to take the Rift Herald, which you can't contest. You can't contest this, you can't contest this. And then Sejuani's going to go on to probably take a Wolves or something, or gain top lane perhaps. And Pantheon, he's not going to have any of these camps up, so he's probably going to go top side. So you can actually go bot side and look for a dive then. Because Pantheon has to go bot side, has to go top side because he has no camps. Bot side. So that's the rotation that Sejuani should have gone. But Seg goes for this aggressive dive, which is never going to work because of these 2 champions and the way they are. You can't really dive it with these at this current state in the game. So they overextend, and then Pantheon with the global ability to punish these sorts of kind of minor errors. I think this one's a bit more of a major error. They're able to just dive onto them with the ults and just kill them quite easily because of the way these champions operate and can punish so easily. See, they actually don't. I don't believe they killed them all. I was really watched this game. They killed two, and then Sejuani can't even contest this at all. And Bubba's going to get the plate, first plate, second plate. Is going to pop the Rift Herald down. They're going to get this whole turret. Some trading in the mid lane. Niski's going to go back and be able to keep shoving in these waves because he's Talia. This is where the Zoe has done absolutely nothing, but you're not really a great scaling champion. Anyway, compared to some other mids, so what was the point in actually picking Zoe here? Is my question. Still getting punished as heavily as any other mid laner would, so why would you actually pick the Zoe? So if FPR is actually doing something quite smart here, he starts messing it up. But it's actually just completely last hitting the wave, which is great because what is C9 actually going to do to get here? You know, they have to take over this whole jungle quadrant to get to this wave. So he's actually slow hitting it, and C9 are losing XP and minions on this side now. The argument on the cast was FBI is slow hitting this, so he's not going to be able to get onto the map and contest things. But I mean, Set's doing the same thing, isn't he? He's going up to this wave, he's auto attacking it, and he is also getting stuck on the map. So you're not actually really achieving anything on the side of C9 by this freeze being happening. And this freeze is actually quite good for Golden Guardians, but it's not executed super well. It's done okay, but overall, C9 just have too much of an advantage and too much of a lead for this freeze to matter too much. They're going to be able to take this turret quite soon, and then the pressures is going to fall down on this turret as well. They have the potential to dive now with so much early game damage with Talia, Syndra, Pyke, and Pantheon. So they're just kind of running away with this game at this point. So the aim for Golden Guardians is to farm, get vision, get blue trinkets when Baron comes up. But it's just so early in the game, it's such a big lead that it's very overwhelming for Golden Guardians to deal with. And you see FPA just get dived by Bala and with the ultimate. And that's kind of the trump card that they have against this this freeze, that they have the two long range ultimates, so you can just kind of ult in and get kills, right? So you see Pantheon's able to, doesn't even matter that he's got the cleanse. Able to pick up that kill and then easy dragon take. They would have been able to take that Drake even if they didn't get the pick, but pick does help secure it. Mountain is probably the worst Drake in this situation for C9, but they're going to be able to still get the soul, which does help with a bit of shielding, but not a major objective for them here. Ocean would have been better, Cloud would have been better, and Infernal would have all been way better on this comp. Ult's really good actually for this comp as well, with Syndra, Pyke, Dillion, Pantheon, even Set. They all benefit quite highly from that, so Soul not too important. But they're just going to be able to keep picking up these neutral objectives because of the control they have, and Golden Guardians aren't really looking to contest anything. They've made the mistakes, and C9 have snowballed quite hard off of it. Start playing a bit safer in lane and smarter. Throw out a few skill shots on Lubba there, not able to pick up the kill on him. Very hard champion to kill Pantheon with his E and everything. He's quite strong. I'll just pick up the Rift Herald with the control they have still, so then they're going to be able to knock down this tier 1 now, and then they've knocked down all 3 tier 1s. And you're going to be able to control this whole kind of side of the map, right? You're able to block them out of vision. And I think I should... Can I make it smaller? I haven't used this tool much. This kind of quadrant, able to hold. So blue trinkets need to go from here. You need to farm here. You need to hug these your tier 2 turrets. Which they actually haven't killed the Rift Turret, so this loses a lot of HP and they walk up to defend it. So this tier 2 loses a lot of HP, which is kind of important actually. This is all just C9 building an advantage. They've done the work of getting those early kills, which Golden Guardians made mistakes to do, but C9 really executed well on using their ultimates and getting those picks and leads so easily with this composition. Again, it's so easy to roam and make those plays, and it punishes mistakes so heavily, which that's why I like this comp against Golden Guardians, and I just like this draft overall, and the flexibility it gave. So, just actually didn't see where Haunter got caught out here. So Haunter right now, there's no need for him to be here, right? This is just really silly plays again. Why is Haunter here? Right, he's a wave to receive here. So why don't you just CSing this at your tower or freezing it by last hitting under the tower and making Licorice Lucius? Like, it just doesn't make any sense, man. Haunter should be at the tier 2, just farming. Yeah, instead of contesting this raid, you can't enter this quadrant. There's no neutral objective up in Rift Herald. So, like, why are you in this jungle? It just doesn't make any sense at all. He's going to be able to easily get picked off. You're playing into C9's comp. You're playing into their advantages. He's going to get picked off and die here, and that makes this Dragon Secure even easier than it already was. He had TP to potentially contest it, but it just becomes impossible now. Their lead's just too big. Golden Guardians are going to bleed out one way or another. Going to be able to pick up the tier 2 with the pressure that they now kill the Aatrox. So with the wave there that he could have collected earlier, he's going to be able to pick up these 2 turrets on the minimap as well. So and then the Drake. So 3 Drakes. Who'd you lead overall for C9? C9 have established a massive gold lead now. I just crossed it out, but you know, 6k. 3 Drakes up. 5 towers to 0. Just a massive lead. See where this draft is really good with the roaming potential, the speed at which they can play. C9 are really good at playing this style of composition. Takes a lot of skill and mechanical ability to play this sort of comp, and it takes good communication and macro as well, and C9 executing it to a T. That's why I like them playing this comp. And GG overextend by taking this turret, push up way too far, and C9 just crush him in the team fight. It doesn't really matter how they played that fight. They have a 6k gold lead again. They're just crushing them, of course, and now it's 9k, and now with this Baron it's going to be about 12k. 10.5 with the Baron gold, and then again with these ults, why are you here, right? Pantheon and Talia are able to just collapse on you so easily, and why are you pushing up to this turret? Don't need to. You just wait for Sam to push in the wave and let them. You have to sit on these mid tier 2s, which in that last scene, you need to sit on the blue trinkets and just farm up, but they choose to fight, even though they have the scaling composition. This is why this comp is going to work so well against so many teams in the LCS, because they don't really understand how to play safe and how to play scaling comps. So it's going to get torn to shreds. It's also very hard for Golden Guardians to get ahead with any of these champions. And again, C9 is diving into the turrets, alright? Doesn't particularly matter. The gold lead is just too big for C9 in this one. They're able to make the plays early, and it's just going to lead to a massive gold lead and a massive advantage. And I think Golden Guardians do hold them here, but they're going to take 2 inhibitors, so the game is essentially done so. Mid inhib's not taken, but you can collapse on that tier 3 now. You just push Toppers tier 3 after collecting the soul. Golden Guardians trying to look for any sort of advantage they can get, any sort of camp. Zen's going to throw the blue at the dragon. That's just mean, man. Like, what? Niski walking up a bit too far here, getting caught originally. It's pretty badly played by him, but the sort of damage they can deal is just kind of insane, absurd at this stage in the game. It just doesn't matter. If Niski gets caught, they're still going to be able to win the fights. Oops. So everyone took Glens here. I guess there is a lot of pick CC in the game. Makes a lot of sense to take in sort of situations, and as a mid laner or at ADC, you need to be thinking about those sorts of things, whether you should be taking cleanse or heal or barrier, in certain circumstances with different champions. C9 are attacking Golden Guardians in all three lanes. Golden Guardians choose their last ditch engage. They actually find Pike. Not particularly going to matter, as Licorice is going to be able to beat on 3 people at once. C9 are going to be able to push in the mid inhib, push in the top inhib, and now they have 3 inhibs down to 0. Going to be able to walk in and take the Baron, and they're going to be able to just walk into the base with 3 lanes of super minions. Now, in these sorts of games, when you're this far ahead, you don't want to give them 3 inhibs for a long time, because they're actually going to get a bunch of golden XP. And then, with the nature of the waves, they're going to be pushed into the base, you're not going to be getting hands on any gold or XP, so you just got to be sure you take the objectives in the game quickly. As Casino, our 15k got up, so that shouldn't really be a problem. Our 14k got up, kind of count. Now 16. Almost 16, anyway. But I think C9 should be able to end the game. They've got so many power spikes. Look at these items. Item timings for C9 compared to Golden Guardians. Sven, again, they're coaching up one member in each of these fights, but it's not really going to matter. The damage and overall everything from C9, they're way too far ahead. And you see, very excited to get another win. So that has been my drafts and VOD review for this C9 victory. Glad to see them using such a unique comp and drafting style to win this game, and I really like the innovation done by Reaper. And I like the way they played, punishing so many mistakes by Golden Guardians. I think that was the key to this game, punishing the mistakes of the opponents, being caught out or being up in lane too much, and able to just snowball the advantage into an easy win, making very good macro plays, and communication was excellent, and even the mechanics to win those fights was just really, really well done overall. I hope you guys enjoyed the VOD review and the draft review. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. I love to talk about League, and I love to discuss any opinions other people have, and whether I was, wrong or right about some stuff, or if I left out some stuff, feel free to tell me. I love to discuss things next time.
Hi guys, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel for more stuff.
Yeah, thank you.